My name is Rosa Voto. I come from Italy and I've arrived in Melbourne in 2003. I came to Australia for love. I fell in love with my husband, Renato. I remember one of my first impressions was, where are the piazza? There's not a piazza. So where is the focal point where people meet and hang out? Church bells, and there is a practical aspect to it. The church bells tells you the time, and I don't wear a watch. I never wear a watch, and so I really missed hearing the bells, striking the time for me. People live in quite an isolated way here in Australia, given that we're quite spoiled with big houses and backyards, and it feels like my neighbors, and I do too now, you come back home and you just remain locked into your house and into your backyard. My English was very bad, and it was a big effort to try and articulate a conversation, and that's quite isolating. I found it made me feel quite lonely sometimes. When I first got here, I thought I could speak a little bit of English until I realized that Australians speak another English, so I thought my English is totally useless. I worked in a pub because I wanted to learn the language, because I thought to me the pub was like going to the piazza and hanging out with the people, pretty much. My children are very, very aware of their cultural background. They've been to Italy many times. I make an effort in taking them to Italy at least once every year and a half to 2 years. Because I want them to have a relationship with my parents and my family. But I also want them to really be aware of the differences and of there's a richness, in being able to know two cultures quite well. I founded the Melbourne School of Tarantella in 2010 after my second child was born, and it was mainly a way to keep my children connected to Italian traditions and culture. It's a connection, a way of connecting to your own culture when you're far away and you're missing it, and you can just hear that familiar music and dance those familiar steps. One of the main differences that I found here in Australia when I first got here was the lack of intergenerational opportunities to meet. And I was quite shocked the first time I got invited to a wedding. The invitation said, please, no kids. And I was shocked. So what do you mean, no kids? First of all, what's a wedding without kids? And what do you do with your kids if you do have kids? Why? I found that it was quite discriminating, and I didn't have kids at the time. And so this labeling, kids-free, kids-only, family-friendly, I think it's quite limiting. It just really, you miss the chances to really create the beautiful intergenerational experiences that are so enriching for everyone.